Hi everyone, and welcome back to Waterhouse Forde. So today we are going to have a go at reaming out those valve guard seals. I think I showed you on the previous video that a couple of them were too tight. Now it turns out I had the valves the wrong way around. I had the exhausts in the inlet port and obviously the inlet and the exhaust. There is a very minor difference between the diameter of the face of the valve and also actually ironically in the actual shaft as well. But that difference in the diameter of the shaft is extremely small. So I actually think that the valve stem seals are all basically made to the same size, and the idea is to ream them out. So we're going to do that. We bought a new reaming set. I'm going to show you that in a second. We've also bought the valve seat cutter set. And that's also arrived during this past week, so we're going to show you that as well. Whether we'll actually get to cut the seats today, I'm not sure. We'll just see how we get on. We've got a couple of other projects that need to be done today as well, so we're kind of fighting for time at the moment. But I thought we'd at least get this quick video for you, at least just showing us quickly reaming. Firstly, show you the reamers, and then also show us us actually reaming the valve guards out. And that's going to be probably pretty much it for today. And then hopefully next weekend we'll get into cutting the seats, installing the valves, and hopefully finishing off the cylinder head as a result. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy this video. And sorry it's going to be a short one, but yeah, still lots of other projects on the go around the place, and we kind of need to get on with those. So anyway, follow along, let's see how we get on. Okay, so these are the two reaming sets that we bought. Now these are basically adjustable reamers. I'm hoping that that's going to be a good thing. If I show you the little one, so I think this is probably the one that we're going to use for the valve stem seals. You probably won't be able to read this, but they're basically marked on here. This one says 5/16 to 11/32. So basically what that means is the diameter of the reamer can be adjusted to those sizes. And the way it works is you basically got 4 blades which run in a chamfered groove here. And then you've got 2 nuts on either end. So for example, if you want to make it smaller, you move this nut back and you bring that one up to match, and you can see that one can only go up to that point. So that's your full travel. And then to make it bigger, you basically go the other way. So you take that nut all the way back to the end, and you tighten up that way. And that just slides the blades on essentially an angled groove, so that they get pushed out or pulled in. So that's it. And then I got the big set as well. Now these are a brand Soba, S-O-B-A, which I just close the box. We can see that's the brand, and here you've got the different sizes. I'm not going to read them all out, but basically you can see that it goes to all the way from sort of 1/4 all the way through to 1.5 inches. And the idea, or what I expect that we'll be using at least one of these for, is for reaming the small end bearing when we come to putting the pistons together. So we needed to buy the bigger set as well. As you can see, they haven't been unwrapped yet. They're still wrapped up in their plastic. But so far they look okay. The only disappointing thing, I mean, this wasn't a cheap set. We paid quite a lot of money for it. The disappointing thing was that they couldn't bother to make the box actually fit some of the reamers. So you can see that one doesn't sit in its groove, which is a bit annoying. That one doesn't, that one doesn't. These do, and that's all a good thing, but you just think that they would have taken a little bit more care to actually make those fit properly. But anyway, we'll just work with that. So we're going to go on. We're going to, as I say, we're going to use this one. I've already adjusted it, as you can see, a little bit. So I've moved that nut back. Move that one and tighten this one up. Just to what I've done, one of the valve stem seals is actually running nicely, so I've measured against that one, So this now sits exactly in that valve guard, and I'm going to ream the others to that same diameter, and hopefully that'll be enough. If we need to go a little bit more, then we'll go a little bit more. So yeah, we're going to go over to the we're going to use the pillar drill for this. So we're going to take you over there. We've got set up there with the head and everything already there. We've got it all set nice and level, and we're going to use a pillar drill to do that. So yeah.
A man hard at work.
Now the only thing is that this is going to reach all the way down. No, it's not. Bugger. Okay, we're going to have to set this up again. What are you doing?
Filming. I wanted to get the drill and you in.
Okay, we tried to set up in the pillar drill, but unfortunately that we just couldn't get it set up right. The depth that the pillar drill goes to unfortunately doesn't go all the way down. So then what we'd have to do is sort of lift the head once it's halfway through, and it's obviously too heavy to do that reliably. We'll end up breaking the reamer. So I'm going to do it by hand. So what I've done, this is the valve stem seal, which is okay, as in the valves travel nicely up and down there. So I've set the reamer to that diameter. You can see that slides in nicely there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the others to that diameter as well. Then we'll check them. And if we need to go a little bit bigger, then I've still got some adjustment on this reamer. So we're going to do this one first. So that has caught a little bit. Definitely don't want that happening.
Maybe go through it with a normal drill first.
No, darling, that will create a terrible edge.
And then go, okay.
No, that'll make it too big. Okay, so I ended up cleaning out the reamer. This is the dirt that came out of it, which is again a bit disappointing, really. You'd think that when they ship these things that they would have at least given them a clean. But as a result of all that dirt in there, I don't think that the blades were sliding properly up and down their grooves. So what I've determined is that you need to make very, very fine adjustments on this reamer. What I did is I got it to go through all the way through the good one, which is the one that we're measuring off of, which is essentially number 1. I then tried to go all the way through number 2. If it bound, I just adjusted it down, so it made it smaller. Got it to the point where it would go all the way through without catching, and then slowly, literally 1/8 of a turn on these nuts, brought it up, go up and down a few times, bring it up and down a few times, until we get the valve to ride up and down smoothly. Now, to show you, this is the good one, right? So you can see that that valve literally just drops straight down under its own weight. To be honest, I don't want them to be quite that loose if I can help it. I want there to be a little bit of resistance, because obviously these are also sealing, right? So this is the oil seal, and I don't want them too loose. But you can see that one now is actually going down. It's not quite as loose as that one, but it's loose enough. I've just started on this one. No, sorry, that one was fine. I've just started on this one, and you can see there it stops literally halfway, and that's what we're trying to get rid of. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to loosen this off a bit, so back it up, maybe about 3/8 of a turn. Tighten this side back down again. So that's made it a little bit smaller. We're going to see if that'll go through. That goes all the way through. So now we're going to come back 1/8 of a turn. Try again. So I can just feel it touching now. So we'll go again. Okay, I'll try that now. Still the same, we need to go some more. Okay, I think we're just about there on this one. I'm going to give this one more go and then we'll try it. There we go. So that one's going down nice and under its own weight, which is what we're looking for. So look, obviously it's quite a long drawn out process. I'm not going to show you all of them. These four are now okay. Obviously we'll crack on with these four and get those finished. But essentially that's the job of reaming out these valve guard seals. The key thing is not to go too far. You do want some resistance. Now obviously once there's oil on this there will be a little bit more resistance, but it's got to be a nice snug fit so that it will also seal. You don't want it to you don't want to leak oil through your valve stem seals, or compression for that matter. So there you go. That's the reaming. We're going to leave it there for today. As I said at the start, we've got a bunch of other projects that we're trying to work on around the property. So unfortunately, we're just doing short videos on the Ferguson at the moment. But at least we're cracking on. The next video, obviously, we'll be cutting the valve seats. We've actually got the valve seat cutter. Actually, I'll take you over there in a second and I'll show you the valve seat cutter just so you can see it, see the one that we bought, and then that'll be the end of the video. I'll probably just tag it on to the end of this. Just want to thank you for joining us yet again. Thank you for your patience, and of course we look forward to seeing you on the next video where we'll be cutting the valve seats. Cheers for now.
Bye.
Okay, so this is the valve seat cutter set that we bought. You can see the brand there. Now, this was so well packed that they had cardboard taped to this metal box, and unfortunately, when you pulled the sellotape off, it took some of the paint off, which is a bit of a shame. And there was no way to prevent that from happening. But anyway, nice little. I would say handmade galvanized steel box. This came from India, by the way. And then in here you can see all the different valve cutters, valve seat cutters that, well, probably you could ever dream of. You've got obviously the range and size. You've got different degrees. You can see this one is a 30 degree, that's a 45 degree, again 30. There's also some 20s. There's a 20 there, and another 20 up to, they're 2 inch. The biggest one is 45, and it's what's that? 2 7/8. Is that? Yeah, 2 7/8, so almost 3 inches. Yeah, so quite a good set. You've got all the arbors in here as well. As you can see, it was very well packed. Everything is individually wrapped. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. We obviously will give it a go next week in the next video. I think we're going to be using something like this one over here, which is the 1 1/4 inch, and it's a 45 degree. We know we're definitely 45 degree, at least for the main seat, and I do believe 1 1/4 inch should about do it. From memory, the valve seats are actually 1 and I think they're 1 1/8 inch, something like that. But anyway, that one should do it. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a whirl, and obviously we'll then find out how good the actual cutting edges are. But from what I've seen so far, I'm quite impressed with it as a set. So there you go. Right, that's it for this video. Speak to you all, or see you all in the next video, and thanks for watching. Cheers for now.